Yeah, I was obsessed with the album The Soft Bulletin and also the album Clouds Chase Metallic, which I first heard like in 1999. Yeah, I kind of had neutral feelings about them prior to The Soft Bulletin, but I have an older brother who is a music person, and I sort of like saw that Uncut and Mojo magazine had kind of proclaimed this album masterpiece, and I was really into stuff like, OK Computer, which was also very critically acclaimed. So that's when they really became on my radar. And that album is very amazing. It's so orchestrated, and it didn't sound like anything else. It was really, really inspiring. I love the song "Feeling Yourself Disintegrate." And yeah, so that I was a huge Flaming Lips fan, and then when I met Richard Gintowt in 1999, he was also a huge Flaming Lips fan, and we bonded over this. He lived in Hashiger Hall in Lawrence, Kansas, and Richard Gintowt organized a Zaireeka listening party where we had like 4 different CD players, and we played the CDs at different speeds and experienced it that way. That was cool. There's something special about that band. They just had this combination of Wayne being like this circus ringleader frontman, and Stephen Drozd, who was really the composer of all the music on the Soft Bulletin, and just really did some amazing things. And so that was a potent combination that made them really unique. And yeah, and I saw them play for the first time like in 1999 or 2000 at the Granada in Lawrence, Kansas. They did not play with the drummer. Steven played a jazz master guitar. Michael Evans played a precision bass, and Wayne just sang. And they played in front of a screen that was playing, psychedelic visuals. And like when they did that song, The Spark That Led, Wayne sang, I accidentally touched my head and noticed that I had been bleeding, and he had like a blood packet in his hand, and there was blood that was going down his face. It was really intense, and it was very memorable. So anyway, Ghosty was a band for a few years. We wanted to make an album with someone we respected. So we were looking at like different producers and engineers who were in the area. We lived in Lawrence, Kansas. So first we wanted to record with Mike Mogus, who records Bright Eyes and Cursive. That we did go and record 3 songs with him. That was a great experience. But then he started getting kind of famous, and we just couldn't schedule any more with him. So we were like, who else is around? And then, someone recommended Trent Bell, who was the Flaming Lips live sound engineer and had engineered other things for the Flaming Lips over the years. He's from Oklahoma, and he's just like an old friend of theirs. And so we went basically based on his association with the Flaming Lips.
All right, here we go. Hey, Andrew, you ready over there, huh?
Wayne, I remember meeting him. It was really exciting. I think he was driving a white pickup truck. He came in, and he was already friends with Trent. And he was really nice to us. We were in the studio, and then he just needed to get in there to work on this Christmas song. And so it was just like the double booking, and it all worked out. We were not mad about it, and he was really gracious to let us be there when he was working on this song. And we drove down 5 hours from Lawrence, Kansas, and we had been scheduled, for a while, and we were already there. And then he got the call, and then Trent was like, I can't pass this up. I have an opportunity to record this Flaming Lips song. I have to take it. And then we were like, can you ask him if we can be here? And then we were like, oh, maybe we can, and it was just the best case scenario where, he ended up being fine with us being there. Fine. And then we all I sang backing vocals, and David Wetzel played keyboards. Mike Nolte played bass, and we all got to be, shouted out at the beginning of the song. Richard Gintowt played shaker or sleigh bells. And it was so fun. And so that's how it happened. And it all came together really fast. Stephen Drozd had made the basic parts for the song on Reason at his home studio in New York. and it was like the drum programming, the tubular bell sounds, and the main synth parts. Then the structure of the song was all there. And then Wayne made this lyric, and I think when he was talking about the idea behind the song, he talked about, It's a Wonderful Life, and he talked about Bono, the way Bono would deliver a song like One. And then obviously the lyrical ideas are like a change at Christmas. Like Christmas is great because people have a more generous outlook, and it happens right around Christmas magically. And it's so that was cool. He tried to explain it to us a little bit, and then we did a mix of it. I mean, we had Steven's basic tracks and we added stuff to it, and then we made a mix of it, and it all happened really fast. So that was great. When it came out, we were super excited. We thought, we just thought we were really lucky, and we thought maybe it would. We're of course trying to get famous, kind of. We would have liked to be a band that people knew about, but we could never really get off the ground. But yeah, our association with Wayne, like every local newspaper wanted to ask us about that for a long time. And that was fun to get the attention. A couple things about him: he didn't eat any food. He worked like a 10 or 11 hour day and like ate no food at all. Drank no alcohol, drank a lot of Diet Coke. And then at the end of the day, he took us out to this Indian restaurant and paid. And yeah, it was like a dream come true. He was really, really sweet to us. And then he came back and helped us out.
God drop her song hint now and then. It said nothing is clear.
And then we got up the nerve to ask him if he would sing on one of our songs that we were working on. So we sent him home with the recording of that song. And we were hoping that I think he would just do the whole lyric, just do the whole main lyric of the song. But what he ended up coming back with was, he wanted to do like a call and response thing. Like he referenced the Beatles song, It's Getting Better, where Paul McCartney sings, It's Getting Better All the Time, and then John Lennon sings, It Can't Get No Worse. So he wanted to be like the John Lennon, the kind of cynical person, or the person pushing back on the main idea of the lyric. And I remember, he gave me the critique that I was trying to cram too many ideas into the song, which in retrospect, I think is true. That was so kind of him to do. I mean, it's fun, and it was exciting to say that we had him on the recording, but I was never I didn't love it, to be honest. But yeah, it was just so kind of him to learn it and come back and sing it the next day, take time out to do that. Trent Bell was like so nice to us and became a really good friend. He would call me and just chat. We would just chat for a long time. And when we went down there, he let us take our sleeping bags out and sleep on the floor in the studio. And I do remember one time, after 4 or 5 days of sleeping on the floor and drinking beer, we smelled really bad, and he let us go to his house and take showers. Yeah, he was really kind. It was a great time. His studio was outside of town, and it just felt like a great place to go and focus on being creative and getting away from our day-to-day setting, our regular setting. We've seen the Flaming Lips play several times after that. One time we went to see Steve Burns from Blues Clues play a show in Oklahoma City, and Wayne was there, and we chatted with him a little bit, but we never became really close friends with him. Our main interaction was just over those 2 days of recording. And it was really a dream come true. I would never trade that experience for anything. Grateful to have had that. And I still hear that song all the time. Like walk into a Starbucks during the holiday season and that song will be on, or go to a mall, hear that song on. And I think that's probably why they did it, because they know that these holiday songs get picked up in this way. And yeah, it was just a real pleasure. And I think that's about everything I have to say about it.